Hello, friends. Hello. I just realized live's probably already gone live, so if anyone's watching the replay, they're like, why is he not speaking? It's because no one's chatting to me yet. Hi, friends. We're going to be making a big ammonite. Woo! We're going to be making one that is definitely not inspired by Pokemon's Omanyte. Definitely not. But I am using a light brown for the shell and then a light blue for the body. So it should be cute. So let's do this. If I have the pattern up, that'd be really helpful. You can tell that I just did this on a whim. Normally I'm like more prepared and have everything like up on the screen behind me, but I was just like, let's go live and let's go hang out with everyone and see what's happening. There it is. Come here, baby. Stunning. Okay. But how is everyone? What's hip hop and happening? I haven't done a live in a while, since like maybe a couple of weeks before I went to the US. I kept promising myself that I'd do more and more, and I was doing like at least one a week, so. Hello, Alyssa. Hello, Karina. Hello. Welcome along. We're gonna have a very cute time. Actually, I'm gonna take off the music. I always get a bit nervous that there's like, I'm gonna get told off by the monetization gods for having music playing. Because every time I do a YouTube live, I always get told off, and I'm just like, I tried my best. Hi, Ash. Hi, Kira. Hello, over in Canada. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's have a cute time. Normally, like, because I started off doing TikTok lives, and you can just play whatever music over there, and so I'm still getting used to having to come on over to YouTube and not be able to play what I want, because they will come through and they will tell me that I have been, not banned, but restricted on earning money on my videos, and I'm like... Hello, Ash Kitschy, or Ace. I was like Ash Kitschy, like Ash Ketchum, a sketchy looking fish. Good username. How are we all doing? Is everyone having a chill evening and or day? It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm making an ammonite. And I think it's going to look cute. I've just, like, I feel like only this week, I mean, I say this every time, I feel like I've finally got back into the groove of being back at home and just being, like, an actual full-time artist again. Like, because it's been such a rush since I first started doing all my artistry things. So you can hear my camera above. I'm trying to, like, film myself while doing this for the vlog. So... Crocheting mini Freddies for Halloween events coming up. Cute! I haven't really talked about any of my Halloween patterns. Like, I feel like I need to advertise them more. I really want to make a bat next week because I do have to do like a branded video for Clover. And so I thought about making one of my bats for that one. So maybe I'll do that. They love it when I just like make a plushie as one of the videos. So... 10 p.m. on a Tuesday. Yeah, I'm assuming it's like 10 p.m. for a lot of people over in like EST and things, which is the biggest amount of my followers are all over in EST. So it's probably because I post like every morning, which is everyone else's evening. But yeah, I was thinking about making a bat, so I thought that would be cute. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was like, where was my thought process going? I wanted to do, like, I'm still getting into the groove of being like a full-time artist, because when I went full-time and doing this as like full-time crochet, I was like fully staying up late every night trying to pump out all the products for my market. And then I finally had my market, and then I was trying to catch up on everything that I left behind. And then after that, I was trying to get things done before I left to go on holiday. So it was all just like a bottleneck and just a lot of work going on. And so once it finally got to me coming back now from the US, I'm kind of like, oh, I've got nothing really coming up. I can finally just like chill and like just have a good time. I think I'm still behind on some things. Like I'm supposed to get a couple of episodes out for the Hookup podcast, so I need to work on those at some point. But you know what? Let's not overdo it again. Let's keep relaxed. The one thing we don't want is for our artists to burn out, you know. And someone has to lead example of being chilled out. So I'll do it. I'll have to do it. You're planning on buying the itty bitty veggies pattern for your farmer's market? Yes, I've been told from many, like, because I visit my sister a lot and she has all her friends from like the kindergarten and daycare areas and whatnot, and they were like obsessed with the veggies just because it's like a cute little toy to have with kids and like talk to them about vegetables, I guess. So they were all very happy with that one. I was like, oh, I think I need to make more veggies then. Like I do have a strawberry and a banana pattern, so I was gonna do like fruits. I just have to do it at some point. Hello, hi Simon. Any advice on starting a YouTube channel? Just start. I think like the main things you need to learn how to do with editing is how to keep it entertaining when doing a vlog or something. Like you want to make it so you like zoom in on important bits or cut like all the bits where you like take a breath and things like that. So it goes like a little bit quicker, but it's still like engaging with those editing techniques, you know. Wait a second. Did I miscount on this? Wait a goddamn second. 1, 2. Oh no. What? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah. Oops. Lol. Hello. You made my older body today. Just have to sew the body parts together, which I always need to do later because mine has to switch off crochet onto assembly. Yeah, I always need to do exactly the same. Just like I have to save my assembly for a bit where I'm not doing anything else and I can just like watch a movie and just like get it all done. Do I have plans for another market? Not right now. I have other projects coming up on the horizon that I need to focus in on. So I will have like a lot of stock for a market next time I do one. I was thinking about doing the same Finders Keepers market that I did last time. Their next one will probably be like May next year. I don't normally do like a lot of markets. It's normally just when I need to like relieve myself of a lot of stock. And at this point I have like a lot that I need to get rid of. You can see that's like all over here. There's like a bunch of like mini patterns and things. Like I need to sell some things. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I would say with starting YouTube channel, you want to have like some music in the background and you want to edit it to make it entertaining. And those are just like some small techniques. Is there a boy mermaid coming soon? I haven't made a boy mermaid or like thought about it. I guess you could do something very similar if you just changed the hairstyle and like got rid of the shell bra. I think that would be good enough. Maybe if you put a little beard on it. I don't know. I haven't really thought too much into it. I have had people ask before, but just haven't done it. Any tips on how to keep the beginning of your magic circle dome shaped? Every time I do one of your buddies, the snout is really pointy. So there's a few ways you can fix that. I actually have them all in a video which is about working with plush yarn. If you go into that video there, I believe that's the one where I talk about how to like get rid of that pointy shape in a dome. Like I think the tips I use is that you can either use a larger hook for the first round so it stops it being like so tight. Another one is that when you're stuffing and it's like meant to be like a round shape, you want to make sure you're stuffing closer to the hole. So if this is the point, if you stuff around here close to the hole bits, it should stretch it out a bit. Another thing you can do is actually just physically stretch it. And then another one is depending on how the pattern goes, if it goes like 6, 12, 18, 24, you can actually do an alternative start where you don't start with 6, 12, 18 to 24. You just go 8, 16, 24, and then continue on. Those are all my tips. Crocheting the bat from one of my videos. Cute! I think that's actually my most popular video is my bat tutorial. I love that bat. I love that bat. It's so cute. The one thing I wish about that tutorial is if I showed people how to do the leg join technique back then. I just didn't know about it until afterwards. So it's not in the video. And so I still tell people to sew up the legs, but I'm like, there's actually a technique where you don't have to do that. Like, but people have to do, like, get one of my more recent patterns to see it in there. But I will be updating all my buddy patterns to include that technique in the near future. Itty Bitty Harvest would be a cute name for fruit and veg. Yeah, I was thinking about like a From the Garden pack or Itty Bitty Garden, something like that, like pack 1 and pack 2 and whatnot. So there's definitely more ideas. Like I want to make like a little broccoli, a garlic, or an onion. I do so well at my markets. Yeah, it's because my partner works in visual merchandising and retailing. So he knows like how to really set up a display and how to make sure it's really engaging and working with like literally, I don't know, working with the crowd and like making sure the branding's on point and whatnot. I just forgot what I was doing, with the yarn monster. Yeah, I do that quite often. I'm constantly distracted. Like even right now, I'm kind of like, I can focus on this. I can do it. I'm trying to make like a chonky version of the ammonite pattern so I can celebrate the release with everyone else. I normally like trying to make an iteration of one of my patterns alongside my pattern tests, just so I don't feel like my testers feel alone. Like, so this is my one. Message retracted. I don't know what you're gonna say, Tran, but I feel like we may have not been allowed. How the hell can you talk and keep count? I have been crocheting for like 6-7 years now. I'm well adversed with this at this point. And I like started off doing a lot of crochet lives as like my initial thing that I did. So this isn't a new thing for me. You get used to it. Also, at the moment, I'm just doing like 5 rounds of 8 or something. So I just leave my stitch marker there and I just count the amount of rounds. So like right now, I don't really need to look. Can I hire him to help me with my market setups? He thought about actually like hiring himself out as like a market advisor to help people set up their stalls and things, or how to improve them in the most simple ways. Like I still need to do my 4th part to my market prep series, but I really want to get his advice on that one because it is all about display setups. But the main thing you want to do is just like create a visually appealing setup. So that means like, I know a lot of people use like the crates and things which look cute, but you may want to like paint them white so the plushies like stand out against the white background, or you want to make it so they're more on like, I got my friends to build me like a tiered standing, but you want to make sure that they're kind of like elevated and not like tucked underneath. So all the plushies sit up here and they're like all within the visual line, the view line. Hello. How are you? Little monkey buddy. Yeah, I put the monkey buddy out for a vote the other day to my Patreon to see if they wanted a monkey, but it didn't get picked up. So I was like, okay, never mind. You're 10 in crochet? Yes. I feel like there's a lot of younger people who are getting really into crochet lately, especially in the plushie world. So good job. When did I start crocheting? I think I was like 23. I was like 23 or 24. How old am I now? 29. I'm almost 30. I'm 30 in 10 days. Ooh. Isn't that crazy? Tell me it's crazy. It would be great to see you live with your partner talking about market tips. I think he would be right into that. I could try get him involved. I did just leave his house before, so I can't ask him right now, but I'm pretty sure he'd be keen. I was thinking about actually getting him involved on the video about market tips just to give us all his pointers, because he is the one who was like, you need to have like an activation. And he's like the one who said you need to have like the right brand colors with your signage. You need to make your display interesting. And like, so that's why my brand, like my whole stall is like a purple and white picnic theme, because I like the color purple. I've been using that for a lot of my branding. And And then we wanted to go with like a theme of like joyful picnic likeness, which kind of brings out the nostalgia and cuteness of plushies. So that's the vibe we were going for. Happy early birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. What did you get me? No, please don't send me gifts. Although I would appreciate, actually. I don't mind a gift. I actually got a tripod from my brother-in-law and my sister, I guess. But it's like a little bit too tall for my camera. So like, where you guys are like right in front of it, so I'm gonna bring it out. But like, it's just kind of like, it's just kind of giant. Like, I don't know. Actually, I should get a little clip of this. I'm actually filming some stuff for my vlog now, so I want to say hi to everyone. Is it gonna turn on? Ooh, hello. There we go. Should we all say hi? Hi! Hello! Hi, everyone. Welcome to the vlog. Okay. Wait, should I try to get a little clip of everyone's, like, words there? Yeah. Everyone keeps saying hi. Everyone keeps saying hi. I'm gonna get your usernames out there. It's gonna focus in. Hi! Hi! Hi, vlog! Hello! Or I can just do it on my own camera. Hi! Okay, that's quite fun. Thank you for joining in on that. But yeah, this stand, it's good. It's just a little bit too tall, so now everyone's getting an angle from slightly above my eyes. So... Hi, vlog. Hi. Did everyone see the travel vlog and how much I was doing this? When I do a color change, do I do one stitch before? How do I do my color changes? That's also a good question. Wait, one second. I'm also just gonna like film my hands. This is very Kelsey vibes. When I do a color change, I do them a stitch before. I know a few people do like 1 or 2 stitches and then they like swap color. But no, I do mine like one before and I kind of like twist my yarn around each other. I need to show people what I do. I need to do a video showing people how I do my color changes because I've had issues in the past where you can see like the colors popping in behind. Johan, too much. The high has stopped. I'm gonna have to mute you for a moment. I hope that's okay. You're being put out in a timeout for a minute. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I like twist it around once so it stops like showing the color coming through in the white background. Like, not the white background. Like, if I've got two contrasting colors, like if I would swap to a bright red, you might see it behind the stitches earlier. But I found if I do this kind of twist method, then it works better for me and it doesn't show the color coming through. Quit spamming, yeah. Yeah, I just kind of like roll it round once, like, and it seems to work fine. Like, it's just a technique that I made up on my own, so I think it works okay. You want to do my pride chameleon, but the long stripes, but the stripes scare you. Oh, so no, the cool thing with the chameleon, let me show you. So with the chameleon, look, see this with the color changes? I think I did it right. Oh, this one's actually, there's a mistake actually up here, but I didn't show people that. But what you see, look, it looks like there's like no color changes. It's because they're like secretly behind the tail. So with this one here, I made it on purpose that the tail like went up and covered all the color changes. So don't stress too much about them. Also with the color changes on the arms, you just put them underneath. Like, I am all about just trying to do it for ease of purpose. Like, just trying to have, like, I don't want to like stress people out. That's how I do it. My stitches look amazing. Yeah, I'm very tense and they come out very crisp. Also, when you do a color change, like a lot of people do these fun things where they like drop their hook out and then they go on from like the side of the stitch and things like that. I can't be bothered. And what I do, like after I change to another color, is I literally just do the first stitch as a slip stitch. And then I carry on doing single crochets. And when I come back round, it kind of removes a little bit more of that jagged line and makes it less jaggedy. But it doesn't like hinder the speed at which you're crocheting. I hope that makes sense. Love my positive vibes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am well known for that. I like to bring a positive vibe out to the world, and yeah. Oh, I just realized my other camera's still on. Hello, everyone. Let's turn that off. Let's save some battery. Oh, this other crochet told me to do a whole row of slip stitches and switch color and crochet into that. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, you can do that. So like with this one here, once again, I'm very much about hiding color changes. So there's actually color change hidden under the tail here. You can kind of tell. But this one here, this is done, like this is what it looks like when you do the slip stitch method. So what you do is you do like the back loop only. You do the back loop only slip stitching, and then you do another back loop only of single crochets. And this is what it turns out like. So it makes a very just like fine line across it all, but there still is like a little bit of a jagged bit. Like that just is really hard to avoid. Am I going to release another itty bitty pack? I will. So I'm doing the itty bitty ammonite now, and next is doing an itty bitty jellyfish. I don't know if they're all going to be like packs or things, or if they're just going to be one-offs. I haven't really decided. I would love to do more itty bitty packs. I'm thinking maybe next week I'll try to do another itty bitty pattern, but I've still got like some that I made from my last market, so they're just kind of slowly rolling out. I thought about doing like a deep sea one, because if I'm doing an ammonite and then there's a jellyfish, I may as well do like another fish or a whale and then something else. A crab, I don't know. Like maybe like an ocean pack. Not too sure. I pulled 2 loops of my original color and finished the stitch in the new color. Yeah, maybe that one. There's a few different techniques you can do. Hi, Dan, the breaking news man. I am good. How are you? It is daytime. It is 2:22 right now. Do I have a lesbian pride chameleon? I haven't made a lesbian one. If you all know 1 Cent Crochet, she made a lesbian one. And I think another pattern tester did. I made 5 chameleons. I made a non-binary one, a classic rainbow one, a trans pride one, an ace pride one, and then what was the other one? Ace, non-binary, trans, classic. I actually can't remember what the other color was. Oh, pan pride. So adorable. Hello, psycho plant lady. Just learning to make plushies. Yay! You should try one of my patterns. Like, they're pretty easy to follow, I think. You made all my veggie patterns for your friends. Yes. Yeah, I am enjoying making the itty bitty packs as well. I think because now that I have a bit more time, like I'm thinking I might do like 1 Patreon pattern, like 2 week, like every fortnight might be like 1 bigger pattern, and then the next fortnight would be like an itty bitty pattern or a pack or something. I'm not too sure. I'm still kind of gauging how much time I have to spend on everything. Glad you caught me live. Won't tell me what time it is right now. Okay, shh, keep the time quiet. Doing an amazing job. Thank you so much, Yarn Away. You knit army. I wish there were more patterns available like these. There is not a lot of knitted army patterns out there. I do agree. I even know like a lot of people just even skip the knitting part and they just go straight into like knitting machines and do armies that way as well. It's a very that's a whole other skill level, I think. Do you have patterns? Literally everything behind me is my pattern. Like, everything all up on this wall, these are all my patterns behind me. Everything there, even the little pile of things down the bottom. So they're all over on my website if people are interested. Hi Joanne, how's my day been? It's been pretty boring, to be honest. I was doing my my tax returns this morning and I still have more to go. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come on live and just like hang out with everyone and do that instead because it sounds more exciting. Knitting is so hard. I wish I could. Knitting is hard. I have only ever, like, the knit projects that I've actually finished have only ever been vests, and I just keep doing vests because I like them. You started on a Wooble, they went straight to my patterns? Yes. I have I would say with like a few of my patterns, you learn a few different techniques that would be helpful for other patterns. Which ones of those I'm thinking of? I'm not actually too sure. Like some, maybe like the squirrel would be a little bit more of a difficult one, but probably Medusa might be more of a difficult one. But things like the otter, even the red panda and the raccoon would be good for like learning color changes. things like that. So you learn different things with different ones. You want to expect the snout? This is my last Otter Buddy. The rest all sold at the market. And I thought this was the cutest one, so I don't know what happened there. You want to look at its snout? This is the little Otter Buddy. Do you get how to do the snout? One thing, okay, this is just a little tip that I know a lot of people don't know how to do or like struggle with. If you're doing like a snout like this, there'll be like 4 different like holes that I'm actually going to on the top there. But when you like loop over and pull the yarn through, rather than just like pulling it down and just letting it like fall where it goes when it goes tighter, what you can actually do is you can make sure that it lays to like either side of each like string, and then that can actually like almost like color in the placement of the nose rather than just like strings lay on top of each other. Does that make sense? I need to make kits with the new Australian yarn company I'm working with. Yeah, maybe. I feel like kits are such like there's a lot of work that goes into making kits, like having to measure the yarns out and everything like that. I know that much. How did I find my crochet friend group? Do you have to have a certain amount of followers? No, we all just became friends like 2 years ago. Like when we organized that first trip, it was because Mrs. Moon, Heaven, Aspen, and they went on this last trip, and Brooke from 1/3 Crochet, they all went on like a little trip somewhere near New York or something, and I had just kind of started chatting to Mrs. Moon, Heaven, Jada online about something else. I'm pretty sure it was like a crochet drama that was going down. So we were chatting to each other about it. And I think it involved, who was it? It was Katie Dids and Karen Joy, which is really funny looking back at it. And I think Karen Joy had made like a, oh my God, this is reminiscing. She had made like a triceratops, like a strawberry triceratops, and she was selling it for 1,500 on like eBay or something. Because she didn't, like, she counted all the time that it took from start to finish to crochet this thing, including all the breaks in between. I don't know. It was like an astronomical price, and everyone was like, what the hell? But also, like, you can also sell for how much you want. Anyway, and then there was like Katie Dids on TikTok who was like calling her out for overpricing something, and it just ended up being this huge thing. And so me and Jada are on the sides just being like, and then from that, I was like, I want to come to the US and then see what's happening. And so I want to come on a trip like that. And she was like, yeah, we should do it. And we're like, yeah, we should do it. And then we just like connected with a few other people we kind of chatted to online. Then they brought their friends. And then that's how this group of like 8 creators came to be for the first trip. And now that's where it all came from. Had nothing to do with like subscriber numbers or anything like that. It was just us having a laugh online. There we go. Are my patterns good for total newbies? I think my patterns are pretty easy to follow. I won't lie. Like, I think the easiest one is probably the little bunny buddy. But even things like the little garden buddies pack, the otter would be relatively easy. I think this one is quite simple as well. This cutie here. So I have a fair few patterns they're pretty easy. Like, I think any beginner could really get into them. So, but did it sell? Which one sold? Oh, the Triceratops? I'm not too sure. I think she put down the price and sold it. I have no idea. This is like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. What made me start crocheting? I started crocheting because there was some lovely ladies at my old workplace in the Stitch and Bitch Club. And I was like, what are you doing? And then they're like, we're crocheting, want us to show you? And I was like, okay. That's how I learned. Gotta head to bed. Have a lovely sleep. Thank you for hanging out. Been working with the Woobles book and a few kits I purchased. Yeah, you can graduate from the Woobles and do my patterns if you want. Long Tran in here was a person who did exactly that. So people crocheting the star-shaped blanket, 40 minutes to just do one row. My patience could never. Amigurumi is fun because you can see results fast. I agree. So we were talking about this on the trip as well. Like, I love doing Ami, but that's because it's a lot more like kind of quicker projects. Like, I started doing itty-bitty patterns as well because I wanted to actually have some kind of quick makes out there. But a lot of mine all end up being like around the 4 or 5 hour mark, depending on people's speed and whatnot. Maybe even longer, but like I think that's like a nice amount for a project. Like you could spend like a couple of nights on it if you're just like a hobbyist crocheter, but you feel like you've definitely put in like a good amount of effort for what the result is, you know. Or you could just do like a 30-minute pattern or a 45-minute pattern, which is what I think this one's going to be. This is going to be the ammonite. I'm just slowly rolling its shell up. We all meshed so well together. Yeah, the group turned out to be a really funny group together. Like, has everyone gone through and like watched all the different perspectives of the same trip? I thought it's like been really funny. Especially because I don't know what other people have captured us doing on their vlogs. So I'm watching them and like remembering moments or like seeing moments I didn't even know that happened. Like Mags when we were cooking the burgers together in my vlog, and the whole story about her learning how to cut pickles from her great aunt Elizabeth was completely made up. I had no idea she was even like telling that story until I watched the footage back. I was like, what is this? Have I tried the pin hook hold? I have tried it. It's just not for me. The same with like doing yarn under versus yarn over. I already have like a really tight tension with yarn over, so I have no need to do the yarn under, but a lot of people do amigurumi. I normally would recommend to do yarn under as well. You've watched every single vlog. It feels like I'm there with you all. Yeah, it's really funny because there's been like 5 versions of the t-shirt exchange. Ammonite looks a bit dodge at the moment. It does. I agree with you. The Crochet Crew is a cinematic universe. I know, it was like a real crossover episode kind of thing, wasn't it? Yarn under is my kryptonite. I agree. It's kind of confusing. I love them. I have several of the fossils. Is the pattern on my website? No, the pattern comes out tomorrow. So it should be out in about 21 hours. Maybe 20. It's supposed to be out tomorrow at 11 a.m. my time, which was 2.5 hours ago. 3.5 hours ago, sorry. But yeah, no, it's really fun to see the crossover of everyone's like content, and because I think we've all got like different followings as well. Like Kelsey does a lot of vlogs and a lot of scrunchies and market bags and clothing, and she never does Ami things. So whenever I like appear in her things, I'm always like, do amigurumi. But then I barely do market bags and stuff until my last vlog. I'm finally wrapping up my first Ami for your boyfriend. They start in 2020. Lol. I'm having fun with it, even though it doesn't have eyes yet. I'm loving it. Yeah, I took a long while to get into amigurumi. I did like 2 years of just making granny squares and didn't even finish a project. I would just make a square and put it down. It was a little random. I don't really know what I was doing that for. And then it was actually in COVID when I was like, when all the lockdowns started, I was like, I am actually going to finally make something, because I always wanted to make a Pokemon. That was what my inspiration was for really learning to crochet, and then I just finally did it. Okay, let's, oh god, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I need to stretch this out. This is the fun part with this pattern, is that you like kind of like stretch and wrap it, because you want to make it go all the way up, and then you like surface crochet back into it. It's the same as my seahorse pattern for how I do the curl on the tail. So you don't actually have to like fully sew it in, you just like crochet it in together. And it should work up okay. Theoretically. It's just a bit fun. And come back in. Make sure you're crocheting tight. Let's put my stitch marker back before I forget about it. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Hey. You watch all of our content that make you so happy. Yeah, it was really fun making a lot of content together. I think Jada has the most like shorts or like reels made from everything. She is a boss at making reels. It's so funny because we've also got such like our own different characters and personalities in amongst the group that like really mesh together. Like it feels like no one is in it like the same in such a good way. We're all very much individuals on that group. Making a Totoro cute. I hope it looks like one at the end. I hope it does too, for your sake. I've never been able to do granny squares. I've never done a granny square project, but granny squares themselves, sometimes they're fun. We stand Kelsey's vlogs. Kelsey's vlogs are wild. Watching her do that in person, it is like the way she would do it. Like you guys wouldn't have seen this because she was editing the vlogs and like we didn't really film her doing it, but the way Kelsey does her vlogs is she does like the casual updates that we do. We would just put the camera out and be like, update, here's what I'm up to, and then just like cut and go like film B-roll or something. But when she was editing it, it was because in the mornings we were having such slow mornings. Like you would have seen on video, like Jada and I just like chilling out in my couch bed and just like reading a book or knitting. But Kelsey's in the background. She's already at the dining room table and she's like editing the day before. And it doesn't take too long to edit a vlog like that. So she was just like uploading the footage in the quiet time when no one was around and then quickly editing it all. So that's how she was getting everything done and got 3 vlogs out and 2 uploaded while we were there. It was crazy. Where are we on the next part of the pattern? Okay. Have you talked about crochet face? Oh, I hate being filmed when I'm actually crocheting. I also look wild. Granny squares are so easy, especially the basic one. Yeah, and like I think they do look cute if you use like the right colors and have the right sizing and things to pull out some cute garments and blankets and things with them. I just learned to crochet too, since 2 of my other friends knew how, and I wanted to join in. My most recent, oh my god, my words. My most recent project was a small bunny plushie for my 1-year-old cousin's birthday. Yay! I think the best thing about learning to crochet is the fact that you can just like whip out a gift and it's handmade, and like they don't take too long, but they take like long enough that it shows you care. I can basically do anything but granny squares. Is that because of skill or because of pure hatred towards granny squares? 24 hours of granny squares challenge recently. Oh my god, that would have been so painful. Although I think I could normally do a granny square. Like I got up to doing one in about 10 minutes each time. I think that was about 5 rows out. I think that was my skill level. I think Kelsey still does like an absolute blitz of them, but that's where I got up to. If I just lost count where I am on here, I've been so distracted. Wait. Oh no, that was right. Gosh darn it. Okay. No, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. No, wait, I have done something wrong here. What the heck? 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. No. What on earth? Okay, wait, where are we? This is what happens when I distract myself too much. I lose my own count. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna count this one together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I accidentally skip too many stitches? I think I did. I did! Oopsies! Thought something seemed a little strange. Sorry, I will look at the chat very shortly. This is just taking my priorities. Okay. Here we are. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Sorry. Let's see others struggle and wait. Let's see others struggle and contort while crocheting. I absolutely do. Definitely hatred. Yeah. I've been crocheting granny square bags, pouches, and fingerless mittens. Cute. I really wanted to make fingerless mittens while it was winter here in Australia, but I kind of missed my time. I was too busy making like things for the market. So I didn't get around to it, unfortunately. That yarn is frogging really nice. This yarn, I'm surprised how well it's frogging. It is Honey Bunny chenille, and normally Honey Bunny and anything that's like that same kind of chenille, or like this kind of velvety chenille, like when it frogs, it just like goes kaput. So I'm a little shocked with how it's turning out, but I'm happy with it as well. I'm crocheting right now, but not very well. I mean, depends who's asking. Just I think if you're crocheting well, you know? Who's to say it isn't very well? Crocheting scrunchies right now and finished 2 cat hats. I'm still yet to make a cat beanie as well. There's so many things I want to make and I never get round to making. So I'm actually trying to like lessen up on doing so many plushies and patterns and things and get round to actually doing projects that I feel like doing and then capturing them on vlog. So like I put out on my threads today saying I really want to get into tapestry making and finally make myself a little tapestry somewhere. So watch that space. One, okay, here we go. I'm doing this right. I think I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. What's my opinions of making a tanuki plush? What's a tanuki plush? I don't know what that is. Cute. Hello. Also Melbourne. Yay. Hello, fellow Melbourne peoples. Enjoying the hot weather. Knitting a pick jumper for a friend. Also, I poke my tongue out slightly when concentrating. I do that all the time. And now I just kind of do it as part of my content. I had a friend, a crochet knit friend. She turned up with her son, and then we got a photo together. And she was like, do the Zaddy face. And the kid was like, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, that is fantastic. What's my favorite platform to post on? I am a big fan of YouTube right now. I originally used to love, like, I started off with TikTok, and now I barely post on there. I first got noticed, I guess, or like grew to fame on TikTok. I say fame, but then like since then I haven't really been growing. Like I got to maybe 30,000 followers on TikTok when I first arrived in Australia, and I was like, I have made it. I am famous. And then since then, it's been like a very slow slog to get more followers on TikTok, and like the benefits I get back from it, it's not that much. Tapestry crochet is so fun. I've heard. I really want to like use some of my velvet yarns, which I just have like an abundance of right now, and I need to actually relieve myself of those. But I want to use some to actually make a tapestry using velvet yarns, because I think that would look cute. And I'm going to do that. I know they look cute as plushies, but I think they would look cute as a tapestry as well. And I have no idea how to make tapestry even on both sides. I think you're only supposed to do it on one side, aren't you? Is that what you're meaning? Or like, I don't know. I start with small tapestry projects. It seems too tedious to me. Yeah, I was a bit curious about that. I don't know how it was gonna actually show. Wait, what am I saying? I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Don't worry, everyone. Oh, a tanuki's like a raccoon or a red panda. So kind of like my cuties up the top there. I saw a red panda at the zoo last week, and it was the most active animal in the zoo, and it was really cute, and it was climbing around the tree and climbing up and down, and like the footage I put in my last vlog didn't do it justice for how active that little red panda was. Because normally I feel like you go to the zoo and they don't really do anything, like all the animals don't. But that little red panda loved it. So many crochet plans, so little time. I know. I really want to make like some Pokédex, like Pokemon entries or something. Like have little Pokemon tapestries hanging up on my walls. So I was thinking about using like stitch fiddle and finding like pixelated Pokemon images, putting them on Stitch Fiddle, and then just making some of those. I thought that would be a fun project. Maybe I'll do that next week. Once I've released the itty bitty ammonite and I have a week of the little penguin buddy hanging out, like going before it gets released the week after. How am I liking crocheting full time? It's been fun. I was saying this before, but it's been like so busy just doing this as a full time artist because there's like so many different hats you have to put on for like advertising out that I still make patterns and things, as well as advertising out my vlogs and whatnot, as well as like keeping up a good community over on Patreon and things like that. So there's like a lot of things you have to like consider and keep like all the plates spinning. So it's fun as an overall job, but sometimes it's very overwhelming. So like even right now, I was like, oh, I could do a live and like get out here and chat to everyone, but at the same time, I'm also like, I wanted to make a little ammonite and talk about my pattern coming out tomorrow. So trying to see how many things I can do at the same time. I've been having problems loving my projects once I finish them. I don't know if this happened to you, like working on something that you actually like but ending up not loving it. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe you just enjoy the process a bit more, because I mean that's probably a good thing to have for a lot of crochet artists, because I'm one of the people who can't let go of anything, and then I just end up having a giant pile of plushies that I'm like attached to and would feel sad giving up on. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know how to fix that issue. I mean, what would you not like about them, I guess, is the question here. I don't know if I have the right advice. Okay, we got to the end of this part. I don't have scissors around. I do have pliers. They have a little sharp end. Maybe I can just use those. Don't judge me. Does this work? Okay. What is a crochet project that you'll never try and that is so hard? That is a good question. I don't think I'll ever make a blanket. I can't see myself making a blanket. I've never really felt the urge to make one, and so I haven't made one. So I think it'll be a blanket, namely anything that has like a big image on it. I don't think I'd get around to doing that either. This is the color that we're going to do for the ball, because it's definitely not going to be ammonite from Pokemon. I'm using Honey Bunny Big, and I'm using a 9mm hook. So there you go. Good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bye. Hi, Kyson. It's been happening lately. Don't know what to do. I'm really not sure what to do there either. I wish I had more of an answer for you, but I straight up don't. I really don't know what to do there about how to kind of get that. It's not even like a Crojo missing. It's kind of like a finished product enjoying missing. Yeah. Does my partner crochet? He doesn't. I keep wanting him to make something or get into a craft. But he doesn't seem interested. He's happy for me to have my own thing. And I'm like, okay, but I keep telling him I think he'd enjoy knitting more. Because like knitting's such like a nice, relaxing craft. So I keep recommending that to people. Like crochet is as well, but I think there's just something really nice about the two needles, and like that one has a really monotonous kind of function to it that you can find really relaxing. Also, this part's going to look a little random because I'm trying to like find the back loops, and I have really tight stitches, so don't mind me for just looking down for the next 2 minutes. But I will answer some questions while I'm doing that. Are you a one project at a time crocheter or multiple whips at once? I'm multiple whips at once. Like just before, I talk about it on the vlog, but I'm like working on my crochet shirt that I was making as my travel project. So I was working on that this morning, and now I'm just suddenly making a little ammonite. So, yeah. You should do a video where you teach him. That would be so fun. Yeah, I thought about doing a video where I teach him. I just don't think he'll be interested. I don't think he wants to. I did have my friends come around once to do a bit of a crochet learning session, and he was there and he just didn't want to, so it's fine. I don't mind. As long as he doesn't mind me just sitting there watching, like, doing this while watching movies and stuff, so. Or bringing it out at all instances. I think he's more excited about, like, the social media side of it all and finds that very fascinating, and, like, the idea of, like, online personas and personalities and all that, which I also enjoy, so we have definitely big, deep conversations about all that. Anyway, you found your channel on your trip and you love it. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. I'm looking forward to uploading more and more content. Yeah. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you and your support and your enjoyment for my channel. I do love the process. I just don't like the results as much. It makes me want to undo my project. What is it about the results? Is it just kind of like the finishing touches? Because sometimes when I make a project at the very end, I might muck it up because of how I've sewn something together, and that is the most frustrating thing. Like, I might not be happy with how it's the embroidery came out or something. It's just, god damn, it's annoying. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna quickly count some stitches. 3, 17. Okay, one more stitch. There we go. Just trying to make sure it's all nice and put together. That part's always a bit random, trying to figure out how to get it all joined. I craft, and my husband, son and daughter are gamers. Yeah, I thought I would like end up dating a gamer as well, but he's just not. He's a little entrepreneur, so he's like constantly looking up business ideas and how to improve on his own businesses and things, which is a really helpful thing to have. But that's his hobby, is to sit there and think up business ideas. I might try making other things. I usually make clothing objects. Maybe I need to work on other things for a while. Yeah, I would say maybe take a break from those kind of projects or try something different. Maybe even try like a larger project. That might help out. I don't know. As someone who mainly knits, I have an uncomfortable feeling when I don't have a project on the needles. Oh, no, I'm absolutely the same. I'm like, what am I supposed to be working on right now? Like, and I get really panicky that I have nothing inspiring me, and I'm like, what do I do? I've never been able to embroider a neat face before. Do you have any tips? I would say one of the biggest tips that I use for embroidery is to, like, when you're pulling through the yarn or anything like as blush or even around the eyes and stuff, is to like play around with how tightly you pull it through, because I feel like some people pull it through really, really tight and it makes them like you can barely see what the blush looked like. Or then some people do it like really loosely. So you want to make sure it's like a nice tension when you do that. And just play with that. That's what I'd say. What happens when you're short one stitch? Do you frog it or do you just add it up somewhere else to catch up? It depends on the project. Like, if I have just done like 6 rounds of the same number and then I realize that the number's off at the end, I might just add an increase at the end and be like, it'll work out. But sometimes I'll go back and redo it just in case. Like this one, I was going back a bit and redoing because I was a bit nervous that I'd made a mistake that would actually affect the overall shape. So I didn't want to do that. But I haven't yet, so... I mean, I did actually, to be honest. Especially with like the smaller patterns, if you do like just a random increase or decrease because you somehow mixed up a shape or anything like that, that can really throw off a smaller pattern, like by 1 stitch. It's just more of the larger patterns, you can kind of be a little bit more liberal with them. I work on plushies because they're a bit easier to personalize and make. Yeah, I agree. I find clothing patterns sometimes really confusing. It's like all my knit patterns, I just kind of, by the end of it, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm like, yeah, about there should work out. But I'm starting to realize I think that might be a normal thing for knit and like just clothing patterns in general. There's no like right way. If you made an owl bear buddy, it would look so cute with the griffin buddy. An owl bear? Is that like an owl mixed with a bear? My daughter also loves to draw. She's currently studying art and design. She'll probably do a better job than me at drawing my designs that I put out to my Patreon. Those little line drawings that I do on my phone. Hi, Aviana. You're in Denver, Colorado. Only sell at a market once. I want to ask if I know some ways I can make selling at markets less chaotic. I use AI for a lot of my planning and prep. So when I'm trying, like I've got videos about this, but I will go to AI and I'll get that to write down like a checklist or to-do list. But if you're talking about like the actual market itself being chaotic, I think the best way to avoid it is, yeah, one, preparation, but also the way you might like set up your stall or something. You may want to like try think about the flow of the customer and where you can actually have them in your space. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, you could have like a little, what is it, claw machine or something like that in there. I decided against having that because I thought it might like clog up the space and like it would take a lot of time away from me trying to help customers talk about products and things. So you just gotta be conscious of those things as well. Do I have any issues with stuffing coming out when embroidering? This happens to me, it drives me nuts. Sometimes, yeah, when I'm like doing like a face or something or even blush and it pulls like a little bit of stuffing out. Normally it's okay, but I would try not to go too deep. Too deep into the actual plushie. That might help. I'm not too sure. I think of that one, it's kind of hard to avoid. I think, yeah, I don't know how to avoid that one. I kind of just like stuff it back in. It's just a thing that happens, isn't it? Similar to a griffin is half eagle, half lion, is half owl, half bear. Oh, are they in Dungeons and Dragons? Am I thinking correctly on that one? What are some of my other hobbies than knitting and crochet? I do a lot of board game nights with friends and I do a lot of exercise as well. Like I'm getting really back into exercise lately. So fitness. I'm actually a very social person. Like I've been finding it. That's one thing I've been finding a bit hard about crocheting full time is that I need to also like cut off time so I can go out and see people. Like I know there's some creators on here as well who just like an absolute beasts, like working and doing everything. But like I get to like 5 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I gotta go. Like I gotta go see people and go do other things than crochet. So I don't actually crochet too much in the end, because I'm putting a lot more effort into like either just pattern designing or doing YouTube and things like that. So I don't know. I think you said something about the kangaroo buddy. Oh, when I made your kangaroo buddy boxing gloves, I forgot to mark where the back loops were, and by the time I got to the color change, my stitches are so tight I couldn't find the loops. Yeah, you gotta work on that one. I've definitely done that before. A goldfish buddy. Oh, I thought about doing like a fish buddy of sorts, like maybe like a koi especially as well. Because I saw some koi when I was over in the US in a gardens that I visited, and I was like, that would be a cute pattern. Albia's R&D thing. I thought so. A Cerebrus I thought would be fun. Harpy would be really cute. Although I don't know how much of a difference a Harpy would be compared to like the Griffin. I think you could just do the Griffin and then mix it in with like the mermaid pattern or something. Cerebrus would be hard though. I did think about doing that one. Yeah. Where was I up to? Sorry, I just need to double check. Okay, one more round. Where'd my stitch marker go? The heck? Let's just grab another one. Tee-hee-hee. Shark buddy. Yeah, I've had like a lot of ideas about ocean ones, but that might just be because it's coming into summer around here. I keep being like, oh, that could be a cute idea, you know? Oh, I think I accidentally just like pushed my stitch marker out. That's fun. Is it in the piece? I don't know where that went. Oh well. Cuddlefish buddy, cuddle buddy. That would be fun. Shark buddy would be fun. Yeah. Octopus. Yeah, I've got a little jellyfish buddy coming out soon. This is one we're working on. I need to put a little face on it as well. But isn't that cute? It's the itty bitty jellyfish. So this is the one that we will be doing as a Patreon event this Monday, actually. Sunday, Monday. So we're going to do a little crochet along with my Patreon community. Yeah, I've got a runaway bobby pin. I have no idea where that's gone. Like, it'll be somewhere in my room, and that's okay. We'll survive. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to do a little crochet along with them. But that's the jellyfish that like sold out at my market, so it's definitely one that I want to get out there and get promoting to people as a nice market pattern. I do eventually actually want to do some tutorials for some of the itty bitties and get them up on my YouTube as well. But that's something I'm hoping to get started towards the end of this year, potentially like the start of the new year, because of reasons that I will announce one day. do 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 do. Okay, here we go. It's time to do the last round. Yeah. Okay. When did I start crochet? I started back in 2018. I've got like some Snapchats from back at that time being like, look at this granny square. And it's like this little like really disjointed thing. And I'm just like, I was so proud of that granny square. I got given some orange yarn and a hook to go learn with. And away I went. I actually gave one of my friends some. One of my friends went through a breakup recently, and I gave them a yarn, like some yarn and a hook, and I was like, "You need a new hobby." I was like, "You need to learn how to crochet because this will distract you from things happening in your life and give you more time." Granny squares are way harder than amigurumi. I beg to differ. Granny squares are that's like where you start. What the heck? What the heck? An alien buddy line would be nice. Some space creatures. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd love to do more themed things. It is kind of that I just like put it out to my Patreon, and I'm just like, here, pick something. I have been thinking about like potentially doing maybe like a bundle or a pack or something, and then doing it over like the next 3 months. You know. So let's say it's coming into summer or something. I'm like, well, you guys can pick from like a space bundle or an ocean bundle or I don't know, another Halloween bundle, like some other fantasy thing. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah, a lot of people said these ones look like little aliens if you just remove the wings. And I was like, honestly, fair enough. A farm animal pack, that would be quite cute. Also, look at this. Isn't that fun? But I do need some eyes. These are the right size. Hi, Shannon. The farm animal pack will be fun because I've got like a little chicken already. I'd love to do alongside the chicken. I would love to do like a little cow and like a little sheep. Like I really want to do an itty bitty cow, itty bitty bovine. I thought that would be really fun. I just haven't. I disagree. Amigurumi is just single crochet. Like what? I mean, it is, but I don't know. Each to their own. A cyclops or a minotaur. Yeah, I did put forward a minotaur to my Patreon. You need to take it up with my Patreon. They're the ones who select all these patterns. I just put them out there. I put them out there and I let them decide, and then we go from that. Is this what I want? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is right. Maybe I do them both one forward. Yeah, that looks fun. Yeah. We see that? Okay. What is my best selling pattern? I was actually looking this up earlier. I believe it's my squirrel. Which is really funny because that's the one that hasn't sold as well at markets. I've sold one squirrel? Yeah, I think I sold one squirrel at the markets, like both of the ones that I've done. And then no one wanted to buy like but the pattern is like the best selling one. So oh wait, no, it might be my seahorse. I can go look at this if you want. I have the capability. Do you have any Christmas crochet patterns in the works? I just put I just put this up on my latest vlog. Is that this is the one that's coming out in like a couple of weeks. But I did ask my Patreon about whether they wanted like a snowman or something, but we ended up going for a penguin. So have I done a platypus? Not a standing platypus. I have a little one somewhere. But this is my little penguin pattern, and then I do have this pattern out there as well as like my main Christmas pattern. This is like my like Christmas tree that takes about an hour to make. I love that I make like the lights look like it's eyebrows. But I think that's all I've kind of got. Oh, and then I have a reindeer buddy, which I do need to make another deer buddy. They're all just staring into your soul. That's what they do. That's what they're there for. I love my little critters. I love my creations. I love all my patterns. Thank you. So we had problems finding yarn. Have you checked the Hobie website? What is this? I didn't see anything about yarn problems. Yeah, what yarn are you trying to find? Because I did say recently in my last vlog that there are some yarns coming available to Australia very, very soon. Wait, is this straight on? Sorry, this might be a little bit distracting to me. Is it? Oh no, I think one's a point ahead. Wait a second. So let's see what this looks like when it's like fully stuffed out. I can't tell if it looks straight on or not. I hate how this looks. Wait. Does it look like one is like a little bit ahead? Like if you see that it lines up, and then on that side it's like, I think this one's like a little bit further ahead. Or behind. Yeah, I think one needs to move back a little bit. Oh no! One is not right. Just a tiny bit. Looks okay. I can't tell. Look, I have to do this right. This is what I have to do. This is how you get rid of the safety eyes as well. I'm pretty sure this one is like just like one slightly ahead. So what you do is you go in and you have to like cut into the actual plastic. That's how I get them off. Hobie doesn't ship to Mexico? That's interesting. When you turn to the right side, do you make a few rounds first? Huh? Like that side? I don't know. I think this needs to move back one. Ah! Let's not chop my hand off while I'm on live. There's a Japanese tool that removes the back of a safety eye? I had no idea. I am going through it. I'm like cutting out the little corner of it and then I just take it off. That's how I've been doing it. Oops. Now let's have a look. Yeah, that looks a bit more even, I think. Does it? I've just never seen one that looks this big, so I'm a bit like, huh? Yeah, I think that's more even. Yes. Yes, okay. Let's not dilly-dally on this. Yeah, what? Where can you get this Japanese tool? Sorry, what? Okay, do you see that? Yeah, that looks better. Hey, aren't we happy with that? Because I'm really happy with that. So, no more comments about it. What was my next thing that I do? I should know how to do this. It's my pattern. Oh, I just decreased. Okay, cool. That's so good. Okay. Oh, I can see the sun is going to be hitting my room soon, so hopefully we can get this done before I start melting in here and fully sweating on camera. Yeah, what is this Japanese tool? I need to know more about it. This feels like something that I want to invest in. What time is it there? It is 3 in the afternoon. So I started this live like around 2 o'clock. Normally, if I'm not like filming myself while doing this, the patterns would take me probably about 45 minutes to make one of these. But this is definitely going over an hour, but that's because I've mucked up a few times and I'm also just sitting here chatting, so that's okay. This is gonna be a special little ammonite. And I just want to get it done and then I can show it off to everyone. Be like, look at this non-Pokemon. Ah. Also, these colors put together, very cute. I've also needed some kind of excuse to use these yarns. Because they look cute. Actually, I'm going to get this on camera while I'm doing this. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 11 p.m. all around there in the US. Illinois, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's earlier for me. I'm actually, I mean, not earlier, I'm actually a day ahead. Ah, okay. Oh my god, get on my hook. This is always so frustrating. Because of tight stitches and fluffy yarn. 6 a.m.? What are you doing hanging out with me at 6 a.m.? That is wild. Hi, Jess. Hello. Hello. There we go. Okay. We're up to the first part where I can actually fasten off and sew it all together and stuff it full of goodness. Midnight here working on a pattern chest that's due in 3 days. What one? My dad just messaged saying they got back to New Zealand today and they watched Moana on the plane. That makes me so excited because I really wanted him to get into Moana because he hadn't seen it yet, which was crazy. Also, I don't know if other people do this, but like sometimes I just like put the stuffing into the actual like stuffing bag. Not stuffing, I put like yarn scraps into the stuffing bag. And then I slowly just like restuff them back into dolls. Works for me. I know, Dad not seeing Moana was wild, especially because we come from like a Pacific island, technically. Would I be able to make a Smurf? Maybe. I've never tried to make a Smurf. What a nice surprise live, 6:11 a.m. Yeah, I'm just like joining people for their morning coffees. I'm joining people for while they're like staying up before the next day of work or even school, whatever you're doing. Don't let them judge you. Yeah. I mean, I put a video up talking about like yarn scraps and things and like how to use it all. And people were like, I would never buy anything if there was yarn scraps in them. And I was like, regardless of whether they're from this project or another project, there's going to be yarn scraps inside of a project. If you make one, I'll buy it from Sydney. I have never made a Smurf, but I could probably figure one out. I'd make one like with this kind of body. There we are. Oops, kind of popped out the middle bit. Hee hee. Ah, go back in. Huh? Isn't it looking cute? I'm happy with this. And that's what matters, what I think. Best tip for crocheting, get a metal bent tip needle. I love to crochet, but some people make fun of me and I'm a boy. I mean, they can, I don't know. I don't think I could care less about other people what they think with what I do. If they ain't paying your bills, then pay them no mind. The tip needle is fire. I agree. This is like one of the best tools that I've ever used. Yeah. Close it up, and then we can go back and do little legs. Hopefully it doesn't snap on me right now, as this yarn is a fragile yarn. And it makes it kind of scary. Okay, I think it's good. Just gonna go over that middle bit just in case, because I don't think it was closing up a little properly. But I can do that. And no one will know the difference. Okay. I'm enjoying being able to watch a live my local time zone on my day off. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's nice having an Australian crocheter hanging out. There's not many Australian crocheters out there, or knitters or anything like that. Not that I've met, anyway. Okay, there we go. Little ball shape. If you have to want to try making a Smurf one day, I'll buy it if you're happy with making it. I currently don't take orders. I would love to make a Smurf one day, but not right now. How does it? Oh, don't ask for people's age on here, by the way. That is definitely a big no-no. Yeah, please don't put your age in chat. That's a scary thing to do, because you don't know who's lurking on here. And I don't want to be in charge of people finding out your age. That's why when we have our community events as well, I say don't. Yeah. Because you don't know. Yeah. Don't do that. I'm old and reminded again. Yeah. So, just one of the rules of hanging out in this live. Da, 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 da. Okay, so finish the body, finish the little head. It is looking like a Smurf, you're not wrong. Delivering to school, finishing up a bee, was making for my crush, and a big bunch of football players were like, oh my god, I'll buy one for you. And you're like, seriously? Yeah, people love crochet. They really do. People want to buy all the types of crochet. Okay. Let's figure this out. Okay, what? What? Oh my god, how do I... This is when it gets confusing, because I'm supposed to like start a stitch here. But that's not it. Let me in! Oh no, that's it there. Lol, okay, I'm in the wrong spot. You can see the Smurf. I can see the Smurf as well, if you really wanted to be a little Smurf. But you can just get the pattern and then you can make a Smurf yourself. Okay. Oop. 1, 2, 3. Let's get these little tentacles on. So it's going to be kind of hard to read the chat at the same time. I'm just going to warn you all now as I try to do this. 1. And then a slip stitch. Okay. Okay. So if you have questions that I can keep talking to while I'm doing this, let's do that. Buying yarn is fun and stressful. I agree. It is stressful like that. Luckily, I got sponsored by Hobie for a little bit before I got annoyed that they wouldn't pay me. But luckily when they were sponsoring me, I was just asking for way more yarn than I needed to. So now I've got lots. Thanks, Hobie. I love your energy so much. Thank you. I was on one of your lives a while ago. You asked how you got into crocheting. One of my favorite get into crochet stories ever. Well, I was like on the way back from the bathroom in my old workplace, and I was like, "Hey, what you doing?" to the Stitch and Bitch Club, and they were like, "Crocheting. Let us show you how." And I was like, "I'd love to learn." Not even from like a family member or anything. It was like a chance incident. Hi, over in California. Got to go to sleep. Keep doing lives. They're so much fun. Good night. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do like doing lives. Hello, Jason. I've never done that sort of crochet, not game. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. Not being able to crochet is frustrating to me. Have you hurt yourself, Brigitte? I think it's pronounced Brigitte. I know you're in my Patreon. I don't think I've had a chance to ask. Glad I caught your chat. You have to go. That is all good. I appreciate you just coming and hanging out with me on this fun little live where we make a little ammonite together. Do you sell patterns? I do. Everything behind me is my pattern. They're all available on my website. So if you want to see some fun, cute patterns, or even like itty bitty patterns like this little kitty cat hair and stuff, they're all over on my website. So all at, what is it? What's my website? crochetmezaddy.com. All one word. Very easy. Gotta go to bed. That's all good. Good night, Lynn. Appreciate having you here. I think a lot of people are like, okay, bedtime. What time do you have? The time for me right now is 3:21 in the afternoon here in Australia. And I'm just chilling out, making a little cutie pie. do, 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 do. Ah. It's turning out okay. There's the back of it. What is the most frustrating part of crocheting? I would say probably the sewing. Like, I like sewing, but sometimes if the yarn that you're working with isn't into it, then it can be the most frustrating thing. Like, a lot of these yarns here that I'm using right now really sheds a lot, and like the yarn will crumble as you sew with it. So you have to like either be very careful and work with it gently, or you have to find an alternative yarn to sew with. So that's the most frustrating thing. Yeah, like the chenille all look really cute. And like I love working with chenille yarn, like it moves smoothly on the hook, but once it gets to the sewing part, I'm just like that is my downfall. Well, it's not my downfall, it's just annoying. Normally I actually quite like it. So are you using Hobie? Yeah, I find both Hobie and Premiere are both pretty bad at shedding. Fortunately, I won't have to rely on that much longer. I have a yarn company in Australia that is sponsoring me. They haven't released themselves yet as a company just yet, but I really like the yarn that they sent over. It doesn't like shed very much, and it's not as plush as those ones, but it's like still really, really soft. So I've used it for a couple of projects like this little cutie here. So you can see that. It's kind of like a blanket yarn, but still very kind of soft velvety. So I'm enjoying using that, and like sewing with it has been a dream. So I'm excited to keep using that for future projects. Study fashion design, so lots of sewing, but still prefer a no-sew pattern. The only thing with no-sew patterns is that sometimes they use no-sew, but it kind of sacrifices a little bit of like the shape of a pattern. Like I've made some no-sew patterns, but like this is technically no-sew as well. But like if you're attaching arms and things into a pattern, sometimes people just like want to do it as no-sew, but then the arms don't look as nice as they could have been if they were just sewn on. If that makes sense. I know they'll be definitely selling to New Zealand as well. I think they're releasing in December. I will be announcing more about it in the future, so it's exciting. I made the Otter Buddy using Honey Bunny Toucan. Surprised how strong it is. Doesn't snap as often as making Magic Circle. Interesting. I haven't had a chance to use Toucan. That yarn itself was they started promoting it as I was finishing up my sponsorship with them. I say finishing up my sponsorship, I asked them to pay me and they still wouldn't. I just wanted Hobie to pay me. I knew they were offering some payments to some creators and then they weren't paying others for like the same kind of work, and I was just like, I don't like this. Like, so I stopped wanting to work with them. Like, they would give you free yarn, and sometimes it was nice for a top up, but most of the time I was like, this is just annoying. Okay, we're at the end of making the ammonite. Sometimes I'd rather sew than try to attach stuff with crocheting. Yeah, I'm the same. Like, so with a lot of the arms that I use for a lot of my buddy patterns, you could just technically crochet it into the body. And I know some people do that in pattern tests, and they're like, then they suggest to me being like, you could just do this. And I'm like, no. But it's fine. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hello. Were you with Passionate Kelsey? I was not with Passionate Kelsey this time. I was while I was on holiday. If Kelsey came to Australia, we would most certainly be doing a live together. I love Kelsey. She's so funny. Making first Anchor the Octo. Cute. Whose pattern is that one? I'd love to know more. Okay. This yarn is already starting to fray as I'm just trying to like sew in those last little bits. But I'm very happy with it. My husband is Kiwi and he keeps wanting me to make something out of wool because he says wool and bushtail is the fabric of New Zealand. See, I could make dolls out of wool. I just don't like, with amigurumi, I find it fuzzes up a lot more and I'm just like, it's not my preferred yarn for crochet. I've done things before, but it's just not what I want to do. Also, ta-da! Isn't that cute? Have a look at this camera. Ew! Isn't that cute? Showing off my camera. Wow. Everyone put compliments in the chat and I'll put it on the vlog. Wait. Here we go. Back to the chat. What do you think, chat? Wow. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think? What are you saying? What are they saying? Well, cute. Yes. Oh, thanks, chat. You guys are the best. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your attendance in the vlog. But it is cute. I'm really happy with that. Blonk. I also like that this one can stand up. So if people saw the Lava Run game that I was advertising, the reason why I made an ammonite pattern is because I wanted to make one that you could technically use as one of the pieces in the game. So I made one with like cotton yarn, which is like tiny. So if you're playing Lava Run, you can actually make one in cotton yarn and use it as a piece. But then I wanted to make one that was slightly bigger, so I did. And now I've made one that's even bigger. Yeah, so I'm making a little fam of them. This is what they will look like in different sizes. So you've got Honey Bunny Big. This one's actually Honey Bunny as well. And then this was... Oh, this is also Hobie yarn. This is Hobie Friends Cotton. This is all Hobie yarns. So there you go, Hobie. Pay me. A whole set of Monopoly characters would be fun. I'll make the thimble. But I'm so happy with this. So this little pattern is going to be released tomorrow, which is very exciting because I made this pattern like... I made it a while ago now. So I'm excited to get this one out there and into the open. Because I've been talking about it since before I left on a holiday and had it all designed and everything. And it's such like a quick little cute make. And I don't think I've seen anyone make like a little ammonite before. So I'm excited that it's going to be kind of unique as well. Hello. Hi, sorry. I'm doing very well. I'm having a very, very chill day. I had a very boring morning doing tax returns. And now I'm here making a little ammonite. So very cute. Yeah. But I am actually going to finish up my live now because I've been on here for 89 minutes and 35 seconds. So look at that. We finished a whole ammonite in an hour and a half, even though this normally takes me about 45 minutes. It just takes double the time because I'm hanging out chatting. You crocheting a seahorse? Are you making one of my ones? Ah. This is actually, fun fact, this is the same pattern down the bottom there. That's where I got the tail curl idea from, is I made my seahorse, and then when I was wanting to make the ammonite, I was like, oh, I could just use that same thing. And just repurpose it for the shell, and it turned out amazingly, so yay. So that's that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap the live up here. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. You want the seahorse pattern? It's available on my website. Anyone who's new here or doesn't know who I am, I'm Crochet Me Zaddy, aka Zach, and I crochet patterns and make cute things. I crochet patterns. I crochet plushies and I make crochet patterns. So they're all available on my website. Or you could join my Patreon. And by signing up, you get a free pattern as well as access to like monthly patterns, which are a little bit cheaper. So if you enjoy everything that I make, that's a good bargain. But you don't have to do that. But I appreciate it. And it supports me as an artist on an ongoing way. But so does hanging out with me on these lives and joining in on my YouTube. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. And I will see you all on the next episode of me, I guess. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.